Another heartthrob from the golden age of cinema, a man of many more parts than a famous 60s hairdo. Tony Curtis.
Looking back to those 50s and 60s,
Yes.
You were the trendsetter. You were Tony Curtis. People copied you in everything you did. Were you conscious that you were setting trends?
I was unconscious. Really unconscious. I really have never planned anything, you know? Everything has always been somewhat spontaneous, and I just let it happen. I didn't try to imagine myself as a trendsetter one way or the other. I just wanted to get through the day. You know, the meaning comes after the work.
Yeah.
Life is the only way you can come to any conclusion about life is after you've lived it. People have asked me, when am I going to write
But then you're dead.
Yeah, but people have asked me to write an autobiography. I said, but I can't do it. I don't know how it's going to end.
Yes, but I mean, it'd be too late by the time
Yeah,
it
right.
ends.
And then who would want to read it?
Well, I mean, a lot of people are writing sort of Hollywood exposés.
Oh, well, but yes. Well, I mean, Jackie Collins wrote Hollywood Wives. I've had more Hollywood wives than she has. I mean, you know, it's crazy.
Boasting again.
Yeah, right on.
He's not like that anyway.
No.
Of course it is. It's worse.
Worse. Yeah. And you, Terry, how are you?
I'm bearing up under the unequal strain. It's the throat, you know.
How many of these shows have you done so far?
Oh, shut up.
How
They
many
couldn't care less about me.
No?
Just before the show started, I went down and I breathed on them and they all ran out.
It's the barber you go to.
I shouldn't have had that garlic last night.
Right.
Listen, how did you get on to talking about me? This interview is about you.
Yeah, you think so,
You.
huh? Okay.
It's just because you ever say to yourself, here's me, the boy from the Bronx.
No, I don't.
Why not?
Well, because I didn't come from the Bronx. I came from Manhattan. And I was born and raised in Manhattan. I lived in the Bronx once, but that's...
Listen, if I'd wanted a geography lesson, I wouldn't have asked you that.
Right.
Why didn't you come from the Bronx?
Oh, yeah, right.
You ruined the whole thing there by not coming from the Bronx.
Well, you know, you've kind of put me... May I stand up for a minute? I'm going to button my jacket. You just told me something about buttoning jackets and sitting down. Getting up and
There's a
down.
pair of us with button jacket, but I
As
still
a matter
feel...
of fact, I think I'm going to stand up and open it again.
Yeah, but if you had come from the Bronx, you
Yes.
would have done that properly in the first place.
Right.
And now it turns out you
Now
come
I
from
forgot
Manhattan.
what
do you
I forgot
know?
what you said.
Yeah, but when you get down, did you think... Because remembering the parts that you had
Yes.
and all the rest of it, you had a very marked Bronx accent, although you came from
But
Manhattan.
Let me say this. Living is living. From the first day you're born, the fact that you end up in the movies doesn't make you any more special than before you ended up in the movies.
Of course not.
So, you know, I don't reflect on it. Oh, poor little boy from the Bronx or Manhattan ends up a famous movie actor. To me, both are distinct, strong, and positive. One cannot forget your past, and you cannot forget your present, and you hope for the future. You know, I've learned a very important lesson. I've come through a very serious illness. I'm an alcoholic and have a drug addiction, and this really almost killed me. And I didn't know it. You know, I thought I was weak-willed, and this was what usually people thought of people who drank a lot or used drugs. But I have since found out through research that's been done in America that it's a disease. And it's a disease that you have to fight as a disease. It's an incurable disease that can be cured only by abstinence. So therefore, I thank God that I'm still alive and able to battle it, and able to help many friends as possible in that. So you see, the fact that I'm alive talking with you here, with these fine people here, that in itself is the blessing.
Well,
you know?
also, it's full marks to you for the strength of character that
Well,
it's taken.
the character only comes from the researching, you know, and I can't spread the gospel enough. There was a time where I said, oh, it's all just rhetoric, and it's all political, you know, drinking and drugs. They're just saying that because they don't want whatever. But it's true. It is killing, and it's doing a lot of damage to a lot of young people in the world. And we all are, I feel, loath to somehow give a lift and comfort and support to as many young people as possible.
Good for you. Well, thank you for saying that.
Well, that's important.
There's just something I have to give you.
What's
a little
that?
surprise. Even as we speak...
Where did you get that from?
I've been hiding it for some years. The old cane,
Hello.
J.R. hat.
Oh, blimey.
How long have you... Hey, how long
Where
have
did
you been
this come
missing that?
from?
I stole it
I've
the
been
last
missing
time
it
you
for-
were over here.
No.
I nicked it from you, yes.
Did you nick it from me?
The old cane and the hat.
Bend over.
Look at that.
Well, I'm so happy you got my stick and hat for me. Isn't that a nice
Isn't it
cup?
wonderful, yeah?
I love it. Where did you find it? Tell me.
Let that be my little
All
secret,
right,
shall we?
gee, man. What a fine show this is.
Tony Curtis,
How happy
ladies
I
and
am to
gentlemen.
be here, ladies and gentlemen.
What a man!